Inside your phone is a chip with transistors so small they're measured in atoms. Only one machine on Earth can print them. That machine, the size of a bus, $380 million each, is made by only one company in the Netherlands. But that machine has a heart, a laser with 450,000 parts. And that laser comes from exactly one place, a family-owned company in a small German town you have never heard of. No stock ticker, no earnings calls. One family. And if their factory stopped tomorrow, the entire digital world would eventually stop with it. No new iPhones, no new AI chips, nothing. One town, every chip. This is the family firm the modern world secretly runs through. Ditzingen, Germany, a quiet Swabian town near Stuttgart. This is home to Trumpf, a company founded in 1923 as a little workshop making flexible drive shafts. In the 1970s, an engineer named Berthold Leibinger, who'd started at the company as a young man, bought his way in and bet everything on a strange new tool, the industrial laser. Today, Trumpf does over 4 billion euros a year with 17,000 employees. His daughter runs it. And the family still owns all of it, 100%. No outside shareholders, ever. Remember that ownership detail. It's not trivia. It's the engine of the whole story. Now, let's climb the most important supply chain on Earth, from the top down. Every advanced chip, Apple's, Nvidia's, is physically printed with light. Extreme ultraviolet light. The vast majority of that leading-edge printing happens at TSMC in Taiwan, on machines from ASML in the Netherlands, the only company on the planet that can build them. A monopoly already. But look inside ASML's machine. To make EUV light, it fires molten tin droplets and shoots each one with a laser 50,000 times per second, turning them into plasma hotter than the sun's surface. The laser doing the shooting? Trumpf, sole supplier. ASML's own words. An exclusive partnership. There is no second vendor to call. And the mirrors that steer that light, polished so perfectly that scaled to the size of Germany, the biggest bump would be 1/10 of a millimeter, come from Zeiss, in another small German town. A monopoly, inside a monopoly, inside a near monopoly, and 2 of the 3 layers run through provincial Germany. So why doesn't someone just make another laser? Ask ASML, they know better than anyone what this dependence costs. The answer is time. Trumpf has spent 15 years co-developing this machine. 450,000 parts, 20 tons, a purpose-built factory that makes about 50 a year. The knowledge isn't in a patent you can license. It lives in thousands of engineers' hands, accumulated over decades. Money can't shortcut it, and everyone knows it. The proof is ASML's own behavior. It paid $2.5 billion for its light source maker, and €1 billion just for a quarter of Zeiss's optics division, because losing these suppliers was unthinkable. Trumpf, the family didn't sell. Quick pause. If hidden machinery like this fascinates you, subscribe. One story every week. Here's where it gets bigger than one company. Germany has a name for firms like Trumpf, hidden champions. The definition: top 3 in the world in a niche you've never thought about, billions in revenue, and almost nobody knows they exist. The world has roughly 2,700 of them. About half are German. Per capita, Germany has 16 for every million people. America has 1.2. Why? Patience. Family owners don't face quarterly earnings calls, so they can spend twice the normal share of revenue on research for decades on one narrow problem, until the expertise itself becomes the moat. It's monopoly economics with no monopoly scrutiny. Antitrust law watches consumer giants with tickers and lobbyists. A private firm 3 layers deep in the supply chain selling to one customer? Invisible. But invisibility cuts both ways, because the world has already run a small version of this experiment. In 2021, a partial, temporary shortage of mostly older chips cost car makers alone $210 billion and nearly 8 million unbuilt vehicles in 1 year. That was a shallow bottleneck. The Trumpf chain is the deep one. Single buildings, single families, no substitutes. The pinch point of the entire digital economy held together by Swabian patience. So here's the real lesson. We imagine the economy as a web. Cut one thread and traffic routes around it. Mostly true. But scattered through that web are single points the whole thing quietly hangs from. And they're usually not famous companies. They're specialists, 3 layers down. that got so good at one narrow thing, the world stopped checking for alternatives. The scariest and most impressive monopolies aren't the ones you can name. They're the ones nobody thought to look for. A century-old family firm, a laser that fires 50,000 times a second, and every chip in every device you own, tracing back to one town near Stuttgart. One town, every chip. The most important company you'd never heard of, until now. What else do you suspect secretly runs through one factory or one firm? Drop it in the comments. The best choke point suggestion becomes a future episode.